So the same thing. So you're letting your emotions go. The Tao Te Ching talks about this. The Tao Te Ching it's a book from Lao Tzu, but it's a compilation, as Serene was saying. So the Tao Te Ching talks about letting go your thoughts, your mind, letting go your body, letting go your emotions, but it also tells letting go your spiritual belief as well. You've got to let go of all of it to truly be awake, because if the spiritual belief is still being taught to you, or it's something out there that you're believing in, but there's actually could be something else beyond that, so you have to let the attachment of that go as well, which is, well, that's another level of letting go of your emotions. So I can understand it, but the emotions are an energetic vibration. We feel vibrations, we've always talked about. We feel the vibration of rage, we feel the vibration of anger, we feel the vibration of sadness in our body, we feel the vibration of love. It actually is a palpable vibrational energy. We can feel it. Sadness, we can feel that vibration. It's beautiful. In Chinese medicine, of course, they don't see those vibrational feelings, one good or bad. They're all just different feelings of energy. And they're coming in as a response, watch this one, they come in as a response to a story about how we see the world should be. We get sad because we think we're losing somebody. And we get a sadness that comes from that because of the lack of the love or the connection we get. But it's still a story that we're losing something. Only if we didn't think we were losing something, then you'd be happy. If you thought they were going back to a spiritual world to be free from this world, then you could be happy about that. So, and the Buddhists talk about that as well. And so it's about letting go and being free for having the emotions. And the emotions come because of our attachment to stories. We're angry because we're not getting what we want. 99% of the time when you get angry, it's because your goals are not getting met. You have a goal that you want to set and you're not getting your goal, and you get angry because you're not getting it. But if you didn't have any goals, and the goals of your goal was flexible, then you wouldn't feel the anger, because it doesn't need to stimulate that. You just say, oh, okay, well, that's not quite going to happen. We're going to do something else. We're going to change it. And you don't get that reaction. So the emotions in Chinese medicine are seen as, especially the negative, the positive emotions that come with it is about the body being in harmony, but the negative ones have been the body's out of sequence and you're triggering a story that's creating that. The feeling of abandonment and things like that, only if you think you can be abandoned. The feeling of being disrespected, the energy of what it feels like when you feel like you're being disrespected is only if you think you can be disrespected. If you don't think you can, because whose respect do you want? You want another human being's respect for yourself when they've got all their own stuff going on and you want them to disrespect you. It's like a broken person respecting another broken person. Or a person that's got stuff and we want them to love you unconditionally, but they don't know how to. It's just bizarre. And we get emotions that come from all of that, but they're all coming from stories. So the negative part of the emotions, I shouldn't say negative, the vibration that we see as negative comes from those, and it's all coming from our stories. Otherwise, if you're just happy, you just stay in the emotion of being happy and content, and then that's what you feel all the time. So what the Qigong does is that it starts moving energy around, and when your intention, of course, is to move energy up and down your meridians and through the body and in and out. If there's trapped emotions inside your body, which we do have, and because it can come right back from when you were a kid and something happened to you and you held on to that and you never let it go, and it can be in your body and cellular memory as well, of course. So what happens is when more you do the Qigong, it's going to come up. You can't help it because it's in the road. The body wants to clear out anything that's causing any dysfunction in the body energetically. And when you're training, some of the exercises, they're just good for that. They'll see the energy down the meridian and bang into the emotion. It'll just go bonk. And then it'll trigger the emotion, and then you'll have that emotion come up in your life, or somebody else will go out there, because it's really, our life is very extraordinarily planned, that when you bang into that emotion, somebody outside there feels that, and they come into you and they duplicate that emotion so you get the response to somebody. They'll do something to you, which is the same as what that emotion is. And you get to see it playing out in real time. It just works like that. And you'll draw it into you. So wherever it is, it'll come up. So the more you do Qigong, the more it's going to invoke these feelings to come back, because they're stuck, and then you can let them go. And then they come up as an energy wave and you let them go. Or they come up as tears, they come up as whatever they come up in. And the body can vent it out, finally vent it out. So the Qigong is a very good way of getting rid of that out of your body, and that'll come up by itself when you practice. The practice will initiate it. The exercises from the monastery school exercise, I'm not sure if you do those. You have to have done the 200 hours. When you've done the 200 hours, you can do the monastery exercises. The monastery exercises they just evoke it all the time. They just bring them up, and no matter what you do, you're doing the exercise, and nothing, it doesn't necessarily happen during the exercise, but then all of a sudden in your life it all starts appearing, and they all come up. I shouldn't say they all come at once, because they don't. They come up in a sequence so you can deal with them. But that's one of the ways in answering your question, how it happens. And the Qigong is a beautiful way of evoking the release of the emotions, or sometimes it's not even energy. It's not energy. It's not an emotion. It's an energetics inside your body. That if you felt the energy, you wouldn't know what that actually energy feels like. It's not necessarily an emotion. It's a perverse qi in your body. And it can come from a combination of other things as well. And you want to get rid of that out of your body because it causes sickness. So the answer to it is just keep doing the practice. They'll come up by themselves. And if your intention is that you want to get rid of all of the perverse qi in your body and all the stored emotions, you want to get rid of them bit by bit. If you put that in your intention in your practice, then it'll come up. I guarantee it, without any problem at all. Because your body wants to get rid of it. Your soul wants to get rid of it. Because your soul can't see back past all the stories to get back to the oneness, with all these stories clouding over all that stuff that's stuck in our sight. They're like veils to stop us being able to see clearly. And so we want to get rid of them so we can open up the door and get rid of all of those so we can see clearly our connection and who we really are as a human being, as a soul on this planet, who we really are. But these stories and these veils and all that stored emotions interfere with that, of course, as we know. So go the Qigong. Help to get rid of it. Yeah. Well, that's what we do it for. It's not the only reason. It's one of the reasons we do, because we want to be free. We want to know what's stopping us to have this connection. We want to know what's interfering with that. So, yeah. And that's why we do these exercises. So that's a great question. Thank you. And for everybody else that's coming to watch this class today, if it's useful to you. We want to be free. Free from all the stories in our head. Free from all the stories about the way that we think the world is, the way the world isn't. And being present to what is at the moment, the present moment. Because when you become in the present moment, this is for everybody, when you become in the present moment, then all that stuff out there in the world disappears, because when you're in the present moment, you're inside yourself and your own experience of life here in the present moment. Your mind's quiet and you're in this present moment of experience through the senses. And all that stuff out there in the world just vanishes. It goes away because you're here. Your mind's not somewhere else. It's just here, experiencing your experience of life and the feelings that are coming up and your relationship with people and things and the plants and the trees. You're feeling that in the present moment, and the rest of the world can just go away. It does do that. Bow, eh? And have a very, very, very different experience in life instead of being in our head. Gong. I think it's one of the hardest things to do is to let go the things of the world. And there's so much information. There's all the news and the media and everything just completely bombarding us with information about what people are doing and what they're not doing and all that sort of stuff. And it just fills your head and you get stuck in your head with opinions. I have opinions about all of that because my mind has opinions about everything. But inside my heart doesn't care. It doesn't, we shouldn't say it doesn't care. It's not affected by the thoughts because it lives in the present moment. It's not about that. But the mind, oh my God, it's out there in the world having a judgment on everybody, what they're doing and what they should be doing and couldn't be doing. And that just keeps you locked in your head. So the more people watch the news and the more people listen to what people are saying, and just stay in your head, and you can't get out of that, and you're just bouncing from one opinion to the other of what's going on. And so, let it go. Come back to your heart being present. Oof, finish. There you go. So we'll go into the next, speaking of your heart, we're going to go in to do the Heaven to Earth exercises. Now, Stephanie B2, I'm not sure if you've done Heaven and Earth exercises or the system, but anyway, we're going to do the second exercise of the full Elixir Fields, which is to do with your heart. Yep, to do a Shan Zhong, which is a point, like the front door of your heart. There's a back door of your heart as well. There's a point in the front and a point in the back. We're going through the front door. So the setup's the same. So we take a breath in. Now we're talking about yesterday. Now it's for Walter. We've been going into the energetic movements of these. So I'll talk a little bit about that. So when our hands are forward, we didn't do this during the course because we were talking more mainly about the meridians. So when we take a breath in and we relax, the hands immediately come back. I'm going to stand on the side so you can see what I just did then. So if I stand there with the hands like that, I'm holding structure in the arms and muscle tension inside the arms to hold them like that, because they don't stay there normally. If I let them go, they're going to do that. They hang down by the side. Gravity just holds their arm down. So all I need to do is do that. And as soon as I let the hands go, they're going to come back by themselves. And I'm using that energy from there to there. And I'm using that energy and I'm riding that energy to the side. I'm just using an energy wave that's already existing. I don't have to even do it. Yep. So we're going to go from there. Take a breath in. As we breathe in, we feel the body expand, our legs expand, our whole body. We breathe through every cell in our body, energy, and our whole body expands with energy. And as we breathe out, we project energy down our arms to move our arms. But this particular one, when you're breathing down the arm, you don't have to do a lot because you're going to use that energy to move the arm. And I just ride that energy wave of the arms coming back by themselves. I ride that energy. So I don't have to do that. I just ride it to the side. And take a breath in again. Feel the body expand. Right down from your toes to the top of your head, everything expands. My head expands, everything expands. And then we breathe out through the hands, down both arms again. We breathe out into the arms, it goes out through the 2 8s, through pericardium 8 and heart 8, and goes out through the pericardium finger, which is that finger, middle finger, and it goes out through the finger at the same time. So there's energy going out through the fingers, and there's energy going out through the palm at the same time, and the hands come floating up. And so there's energy coming out the arms, so it's just driving the arms up. I don't have to do that either. Good. I take a breath in. And as I breathe out down the arms, energy down the arms, and as it goes down the arms, it spirals the arm around. So the energy turns, it spirals and turns the hand around. So the energy spiraling and turns the hand around, not my muscles. Breathe in, feel the body, spiral the arms around, and it goes out. We did a little bit of this yesterday, on Sunday, I mean. Good. Then take a breath in again, and as we breathe in, the fingertips go out to the side. You feel like you're being pulled right out. Someone's getting hold of the 2 fingers either side, and they're stretching your body out that way. Don't have your arms straight though. They're always slightly bent, even though we've been stretched. Don't have them locked. So slight bend, even though they're getting pulled out. And then breathe in again, and as you breathe in, feel they're getting pulled out again. Even when you breathe in, as you breathe, let the hands expand further out to the side. Yeah, and then it's gone into that space again. There is something outside of my fingertips. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, then turn the hands over. And at this one, the hands come back, and it's also, they spiral, and I'm going to exaggerate this, they spiral back in and they come back like that. They come back. But you don't see them coming down like that, but that's what it feels like. They spiral back to the front and they relax. Then you breathe in, the same thing again. You breathe in, and the fingertips go out to the side again. They go out to the side, so you feel like your fingers, as you're breathing in, the fingers are disappearing sideways into the oneness. Yeah? See, if I do that, if I lean over, I can't feel that. I can lean right over, still can't feel it. But if I stand here and pull the arm out, there it is. The hand disappears into somewhere else. That's the weirdest feeling. Yep. You hear they're both, as soon as I put the hand up, the other one's gone out straight away. Good. We're going to investigate that in a second. We'll finish the exercise and I'll come back. So take a breath in, feel the expansion, feel both arms going out, and then relax, breathe out. And then when you bring your arms around, bring your arms around from the wrist strings and your elbow strings, like a puppet strings holding onto your arms. So you use that energy. Heaven's holding onto them. Heaven brings your arms around for you. So you can, because otherwise it's this huge big bubble of energy. And so when you do that, there's no pressure. Good. Palms towards palms. And then we change it to the energy going down the 2 fingertips. It's the large intestine and the pericardium meridian. And they turn around and they go into your heart. Keep the fingers away from your heart, so you're not touching your heart. It's actually further out, sitting in front of yourself. Drop your shoulders. Bring your chin back, looking straight ahead. Yeah. And then tuck your bum forward, tuck your pelvis forward and relax. So you tuck your pelvis, bring it forward and then down. So you want to do that and then down. It'll straighten up your sacrum. Yep. Holding the point. Good. From this point, the energy is coming up from the kidney meridian, comes up from the ground, through the body, down the hands, out through the 2 fingers, into your heart, into the center column, which travels between Barkway and Huyin, and there's a spike that goes, like an energetic spike that goes right through from Barkway, out through Huyin, into the ground. And we stand on the spike and call it center column. We're standing on that, and this heart point's entering into the center column energy, and then it's dispersing both connection with heaven and earth. That's why these exercises are called heaven and earth. Well, one of the reasons they are called heaven and earth. And they do that, so it's coming from your heart. So while we're standing there, we're connecting our heart to the center column, which is connecting our heart to heaven and earth. So we're connecting our heart or our soul to the ground, connection to the ground which we walk on in a physical body, and we're connecting our soul connected back to heaven again. Yeah, back to the one space, or oneness, as we like to call it. Yep. So we have that. And all we do is sit in this position quietly and breathe in, and then breathe out. So the in-breath, out-breath, how the in-breath's done. So you breathe. I didn't talk about this on Sunday. You breathe up the kidney meridian, and then when you breathe out, it's a long breath out, and you breathe out through the meridians, out through the pericardium, out through the large intestine. We breathe out through those corners, into the center, into the heart, into the center column, and then heaven and earth. So breathe into the kidneys, out through the arms, into the body, out through both heaven and earth. So that's how it's grown. So the in-breath's just up the kidneys, out-breath's down the arms, into the center column, heaven and earth. That's a great way of doing it with my hands. So breathe in through the kidneys, yeah, out through the arms, into the heart, out through heaven and earth. That's the out-breath. And then we breathe, and then we once do that, and then we breathe in from the ground again, breathe in through the kidneys, out through the hands, into the heart, out through heaven and earth. That's the breath. It's such a beautiful feeling, isn't it? So then we've got to this place, and then the next piece is this is the catch of this exercise. It's about opening your heart, and that's about pulling your fingers apart and opening your heart. Now, if you've never done this before, this can be a quite terrifying thing. So this is people that are watching this, if they haven't done heaven and earth exercises with me. The concept of opening up your heart can be quite scary, because if you've never had your heart open to the world, and if you have had it open and you've got hurt, then it's pretty hard to open it again, because the fear of, if I open it, somebody's going to get to it. Now, before I open the heart, I want to say that nobody can get to your heart. Nobody can hurt you. You choose to get hurt. Now, that sounds really, really bad. No, you choose to get upset. So to understand the principle of that would be that people think about a black cat. If you see a black cat, you think it's bad luck. It's only bad luck if you think the black cat's bad luck. It's only bad luck walking under a ladder if you think it's bad luck. It's only going to hurt your heart if you think you can. If you think your heart can't be hurt, then it can't be hurt. It's just really that simple. But problems, we've had experiences in our life where people have taken away love or withdrawn love from us, which we want, and they've taken it away, and we have this expression of what we feel like getting a broken heart or a hurt heart. But all they're doing is taking away something. We have a story around what we think it is, and they're taking away the story we have. This is the way it should be. Somebody should love me, and they're taking the love story away and go, oh no, and then they hurt your heart. Only because of the story, because if it wasn't about that, if you weren't attached to that, if you didn't need anybody to love you, you just loved yourself, then when they left, you go, okay, I still love you and bye-bye, but no pain, yeah? So we have this connection with our heart to have this experience. And I know that, I don't mean to sound that cold, I just understand the feeling. If you don't need anybody in the world to love you, then you have love yourself, and you have love of the thing around you that you're part of, and you're removed from that. Doesn't mean you can't love other people. Doesn't mean you can't love other people or give love to other people. It's just that you don't need it to fill you up, because you're already full. You're full with your own connection and own connection. So the reaction's not going to be like that. So when you open your heart, you know you pull your fingers across, you know that nobody actually can hurt your heart. It's impossible. They can't, because I know they can't, because it's not theirs to hurt. It's mine. And I have a choice what I do with my heart. And so they can say whatever they like, and I go, well, that's your opinion. You can walk away, and if I have an idea that you should love me, and you walk away, and I said, well, you don't need to love me. I'm already okay. My heart's already okay. My soul's already okay. And so it takes that freedom away. But I'm not saying that that's an easy thing to do in remotely. It's the principle of it is correct, but we're humans. It's not easy to let that go. So we open up the heart. So I'd encourage you today, whoever's watching this today in the program watching today, open up your heart. Just open up a little bit and let it open so the heart's open to the outside. And just sit there quietly with it open slightly. And feel the fact that with it open, nothing's happening to your heart. Nothing's happening to it. So open it up a bit further and sit in that space with it. Now, if you can I've done this with classes, and people can only open a little bit, and that's enough. Just do this in time. Don't think you have to open up your heart like this and be free. That's a big move from if you've been hurt, if you've had that feeling in your heart before. That's a big move to do that. Just do a little bit at a time. So open it up so you have the experience that it's okay. And then you have it open up a bit more and you go, okay, it's still okay. It's still not hurting my heart. So do this in a gradual time where you're comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you can open up your heart and turn your hands over and bring it down and leave it open. And no, nothing can hurt your heart. It's a choice you make to react to whatever you want to react to. But if you know that your heart's full and you're accepted yourself perfectly and you accepted the relationship with outside of yourself, then nothing can really hurt you. It's a mind idea that they can. Yep. Then we have that experience and we sit here with our heart open. Now, when the heart's open, we're going to talk a little bit about the conscious space, which is what Mark H has been doing at the moment, going into the conscious space and taking your heart out. And your conscious space is beyond what your eyes can see. I can see the trees and the buildings in my house behind you. And I can see that. And I can only see peripherally this part. I can't see behind me. And I can see out there, and I can only see as far as the trees, and I can see. That's as far as my eyes can see. But my consciousness can see way beyond the walls. It can see out to the road, to the main roads. It can see way out to either side. It can see behind me. It can see the beach. I can see the beach in my conscious space. And I can feel it, the conscious space. I'll actually hear the waves, but I can actually feel it. So my consciousness is way out there, and so my heart consciousness is out there. It's not just what I see. I'm way beyond that. What my visual part. And if you're inside in a room, then your conscious space is just the walls that you're in. Unless you've got windows, you can see out through the windows. Otherwise, it's just the walls. And so that's it. But take your consciousness, your third eye and your heart, take it out beyond those walls and hold space with your heart as the center of it. And it goes out that way. Now, I also want to encourage you. Oh, there's my son. And I also want to encourage you to go downward and upwards the same. Yeah, so our conscious space is we're in the center of the ball. We're the very center. We're the nucleus of the atom. And so our heart's centered in that place. And so we can going down and up is the same as we go out to the sides and same to the front. So we're centering right in the center of our ball, and we're taking our consciousness out past what we can see and sit inside that space, that place. Yeah, good. And we're going to go back and reach out because I just felt it in my hands again. Very cool. Okay, so be aware of that. Now we've got our heart open to do that. Yep. Cool. So I want to go back this time, and we'll just leave it if you can. If you can, leave it open. If you can't, you can shut it off a little bit. Just have a little bit open. Yeah, up to you. It's yours. Your heart. You do what you like with your heart. Well, it's not your heart. It's your soul. Your soul's looking out. I want to go back to this expansion feeling. I want to go back to that. Just finish that so we can disappear into this and see what this feels like. Now, I'll do a bit of a process with that. We did a little bit of it on Sunday. I'm going to do it again, but I'll do it a little bit more extreme. We're ready for that today. Yeah, we are. Take a breath in. Feel the body expand. Breathe out. Let the hands relax. Very cool. Take a breath in. Breathe out and let the hands float. And it's coming out through the palm of the hands, coming out through the fingers, and it's pouring out through the hands like water in a hose going out through the hands. Good. Take a breath in. Rotate. Let the hands spiral. The energy spirals down the hands. Good. And as it spirals out, it goes out. Yeah. Good. And as you breathe in, feel the hands going out into the conscious space that way. So somebody's pulling your fingertips and they're pulling your hands out. And you can feel them pulling as you're breathing in. Now, as you breathe out, you want to go out further both ways. And then turn the hands over. Good. Then take it, now the palms are facing towards the front. Now this place, I want you to feel they're pulling your fingers again. And as you breathe in, feel the fingertips being pulled out even further. As you inflate, feel the inflation goes out into the hands. Yeah. Good. And then as you breathe out, feel them go out further again. Then breathe out, breathe in, feel the hands going further out either side. Then breathe out into your hands, make them go further again. So they expand both on the in-breath and the out-breath. Breathe in again. Keep them expanding. Breathe out. Breathe in. Expand. Breathe out, expand. Good. Now take your hands out 50 meters either side of your body. Take your hands right out, let them expand right out 50 meters. Take a breath in, feel them expand out 50 meters. And then when you breathe out, just let them expand 100 meters out. I feel like the rubber man, it feels bizarre. Good. Now then I want you to grab all the energy in front of you, that your hands are palms, your hands are holding this big sphere of half circle of energy. And I want you to grab all that energy and I want you to pack it 100 meters either side of your hand. And I want you to bring all that energy around in the front. Use your elbow strings and wrist strings to do this. You won't be able to use the muscles because it'll be too hard. The energy is too big. Bring it round to the front. Good. Then have the palms facing towards each other. The 2/8, hard 8 and pericardium facing towards each other. Then change the energy into the 2 fingers. Then turn all that energy of all that space out there and put it into your heart. And from your heart, it goes into the center column. It goes into the center column through heaven and earth. So you're connecting with that 100-meter energy that you've absorbed all that energy. You brought that into your heart, and it goes into the heart, and it filters through the center column in and out. Also, what it's done is also, because it's gone inside the body into the heart, it's gone to the center column. The center column's connected internally to your extraordinary vessels. It's connected to your extraordinary vessels, so it's going to fill those up while it's in there. Extraordinary vessels will go from the extraordinary vessels, it will go into the meridians, it'll fill up the meridians, but it goes from the center column, because it's a very internal pathway, and it goes to this extraordinary vessels, fills them up. That's the nature of which way it goes. It doesn't go to the meridians first. The meridians get filled up by the extraordinary vessels. Aye. There you go. What a wild exercise. Hey, that's a beautiful feeling, eh? Good, and then open up your hands, open up your heart a little bit more so I can see out through your heart. Go, when you open up your heart, go out past the conscious space and visualize your heart, your soul looking out into the world beyond what you can see. It's like in your imagination as such, but we're using our subconscious, so our third eye, our subconscious to look out. Yeah. Imagine the people out there, imagine the buildings, imagine the trees, imagine the animals, imagine the cars if you're close to a road. All of that is in the conscious space. Now none of that needs to affect you, just being aware of it because you're holding the space for all of that. Yep. And then put your hands down, return the chi back to the lower down to you and leave it open. Good. Very cool. Now, that experience again today, what had just happened then, when we did the rubber band hands, my hands just disappeared. They just went out like a rocket, 50 meters, holding the 50 meters on the in-breath. And then the out-breath, they disappeared out to 100, and I had this bizarre feeling of holding this huge energetic space with my hands energetically. And when I brought it around, it was like a 100-meter radius in the front. And it was like the thought that came to me, the memory of what that felt like was when those guys, they have those big nets and they throw the net out, and as they throw the net out, it spans right out in this big huge like circle, and it goes into the water to catch fish, and they pull it all back and catch fish, and they throw it out, and it does that. That's what it felt like when I was there. It felt like there's this huge net of energy out in front of me today. And when I was bringing the energy around, and you can't, if you try and push your hands together, and people have felt that, it's really hard because the energy is so big. That's why you don't use muscles. Otherwise, you don't want to resort to muscles. You just use elbow strings and wrist strings to bring your hands around, and it moves without any pressure at all. It's fine. And then you can grasp all that energy. And so it's like catching and then putting all the fish into the net, and then bringing all that energy of all that fish into my heart. And so I grasped all of that 100-meter energy and it went straight into my heart. But because I'm not hanging on to it and I fill up my extraordinary vessels and all the surplus of all that energy, because there's a lot of energy out there. There's a lot of space, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of everything out there. And the rest of it just goes back to heaven and earth. So I'm not blowing myself up with that, because imagine if you kept all that energy, you put that inside yourself and you didn't have an exit valve, your body would go, you go, poof, you just self-explode. That's what it would feel like anyway. So it goes into here, but it doesn't. It goes back to heaven and earth. Fills up the vessels, fills up my body, heaven and earth. Yep. And going back to what Seth was asking before about what happens with the stored emotions inside the body. When you flood that much power into your body, when you flood all of that into your body, and it goes to your extraordinary vessels, and extraordinary vessels go to the meridians, it's going to fill up the meridians. And if there's any blockages in any of those meridians, it's going to start banging against it. It's going to push it out. You could get pain in meridians because of it, but it'll definitely bring whatever that is to the surface to get rid of it so that you can open up the meridians properly. So just know when you've got that much chi, it's like having a blocked pipe and getting a really, really high pressured hose and then pushing the high pressured hose down it'll just blow out anything that's inside the pipe. It's just too big. Well, what we were doing today, we weren't getting a high pressure hose, we were getting a nuclear powered hose and we were driving up huge amounts of water and just went, poof, just blows it out straight away. It's just that much force. And I think that's what happens inside this idea when you're bringing that much energy into your body can only hold so much. It'll store what it can hold, and the rest of it just, we have a release valve, we have a purge valve. Purge valve's like a valve that lets go from overflow. And it goes out through back to heaven, back into the ground. We keep what we can keep, and we purify ourselves with the energy that comes into our body. Yep, there you go. That'll keep us busy. Very good. I feel buzzy now. I'm floating now. I'm a bit buzzy on this. So that's that one. So Thursday, we're going to go do another one. We'll do the physical one next week. Now there's something slightly different happens with this one. And then we'll see if we can do that one and the tripod, because they're similar in nature, but there is one subtle difference with the tripod, which is the Dumai. And the Dumai changes it dramatically. I think we were talking about the other day, what was the difference between this exercise and that exercise. When they're going through the same door, same setup, same everything, except you add the Dumai. The Dumai changes it dramatically. It's almost like a 50% change in the energy of the exercise. It's that big, even though we're only opening up one more meridian, but that meridian is a very large meridian, and it's not a meridian, it's a vessel, and we're opening up a very large vessel, and the concept of that vessel connected to heaven and earth changes the whole structure of our body just because we think of one extra thing. And it's enormous. We'll go and do that on Thursday. We'll go back to that. And I'll try and remember which ones we've done. I remember we're doing these two. And if I do forget, can you please remind me, Mark, that's what we're going to do we'll do that on Thursday, because there's a few things that happen with this one that's quite unique as well. Like this one. We've done this ones before. God, as soon as I put my hands up, I can feel that. It's weird. If I do that, I can feel the tips of the fingers. And all I have to do is just breathe out through the hands, and they disappear again. Take a breath in, breathe out. Yeah, they just disappear into that place again. It's weird. It's like a place I don't know. This is like a new discovery of my body that I didn't know existed. It's like a new experience. It's a weird thing. My hands feel like they're way out here somewhere. It's a very, very strange feeling, but anyway, moving on. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Thank you for coming to class. Thank you for the 2 Stephs, the 3 Johns, the 4 Stephs, the 3 Johns, and the 3 Marks. 4 Johns, 3 Marks. I love it. Very cool. Have a beautiful week, eh? Have a beautiful day. Just nice, relax. Walk around with that feeling with your heart open. For the people who are watching this, keep your heart open if you can. And walk around. You don't have to go outside. Just walk around your house with it open. Just have an experience what it feels like to have it open. And know that nothing can touch it. Even just stay in the safety of your house to start off with. If you get very courageous, you can take your open heart and walk outside. Depends what time of the day it is, but even if it's night, you can still walk outside. Unless it's snowing in your place, and you might have to put a jacket on and open it up from the front. But take it out, open outside, and go outside with it open if you can. And feel what it feels like to have your heart open outside. And that experience of that. And be aware of the conscious space at the same time. Pretty cool. There you go. Have a great day, eh? Back on your thumbs. Gong. Very cool.